Who's ready for the weekly bust? You're in the right place if you came to catch the show. Tyson and Levi are the names of your host. Who the next guest is, I really wanna know. Conversation escalating, let's get to the show. Who's ready for the weekly bust?
Not billions.
I want to start talking about things going on in Montana, but let me get back to Greg Braden, because that's where we started, the man who inspires me to prove what I've been trying to tell people. Like, you can't, like, Levi, he listens to his mom. Whether he believes me or not, he'll listen. He doesn't really, you know, get back and debate into me. You know, or like Tylen's like, oh, show me the proof. You got to show me it. Well, the problem with a lot of
that is me.
It is like Levi he'll take it in. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, he doesn't nag about it. But Tylen, he's always been okay. So he did go to college, and it was for political science. So he's that guy. Okay.
I want to know. I want to dig down.
So he's that guy. Well, it's hard to. Like I said in the other 3-hour video, like, I'm an enlightened being. I would, you know, consider myself enlightened. I'm not no guru. I don't have no doctrines. I don't have any certificates, but I know what I talk about is
You're
truth.
educated. I'll give you that.
And I would say what I talk is 100% truth, and the knowledge is.
In the fields you have knowledge about, you got your information.
Yeah, and I want to add to that, where you are definitive proof, kind of in your eyes. Like, I just want to point out to the fact to you that most geniuses say that they'd rather be wrong because that means there's something else to learn.
Yes.
You're closing a lot of doors by saying that you're right.
Well, I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm saying that I'm okay. So let me tell you this.
You do, though. You do say about what you say is right and can't.
No,
be
it's
proven
not that I
not
say
a
it's
book.
right. It's truth.
No, you've told me that.
It's truth, though. And I can't prove it right, and I can't prove it wrong, because most of the stuff I know is ageless, timeless wisdom that is not written down in a textbook. And if there is, we haven't found that book yet.
But timeless
But
could be
if you start getting
200,000 years old.
I'm telling you, if you were to open up.
Right. And then even if we wanted to say that humanity wasn't 200,000 years old, there is evidence that we have a footprint that was within stone that's 2.2 million years old. That's the oldest that we. I mean, nothing follows that footprint, but it is a human footprint.
But we've had several cataclysms on Earth. She has a cycle, and she recycles and takes care of herself. So some of the stuff is so far buried. Like, we'll probably never find it in our lifetime. And so us humans will never, as long as we keep searching, we may find the answer of the true age of Earth. Or, I guess, if we ever get to look back at the simulation when it started. Boom.
So me and Royden watched a Greg Braden video. That'd be my first video last night. And he talked about humans actually not being that old. He said, this is the guy that you follow. He said that they are around 200,000
Well, the
years
ones
old.
that are currently here now.
Humans.
Right, but there was also humans before us. Yes,
humans.
but the ones us.
Not the monkey hybrid.
Oh, okay, I'm talking.
No, monkey hybrid. That'd be us.
So that one?
Yeah, the way he says in the
Neanderthal?
in the video. Well, no. So not.
Or you're talking about Neanderthals.
No, the modern human, and he said that how we got there, and this is being backed by scientists.
Talk about the telomeres being fused.
He said they took two chimpanzee
on your
genes.
DNA strand.
This is what makes sense to scientists that are looking into genomes and genetics. He said that they've taken two chimpanzees, they took a chimpanzee genes, and they took the two most obsolete genes, and they fused them to one, because they have 48 chromosomes in their DNA. We have 46, and they fused it, and they took, so maybe it was more of the important genes, and they fused them, making the modern human. But what's still missing from that genetic code is what they call the missing link. Now, he says, and goes into a little more detail than I would care to explain or can explain, is that missing DNA is, in fact, was added in. It said it was too abrupt, too fast, because we developed language in this time, too fast for it not to be intentional. And what he means by that is that it was genetically made by someone, probably E.T. E.T. Yes. So when you say that humans are co-creators, I find it difficult to understand, because we didn't create shit yet except for what we're seeing.
Okay, so then it gets into us being sentient beings.
Make fire.
No, you're okay. So that's when you start talking about what they call the so-called gods that came down here and taught that to us from a higher civilization. So, which is probably,
E.T.
right. So, anyways, what I love about Greg Braden is not does he open up that stuff, but he opens up how we can, if we're sick, we can make ourselves well by doing the right things, because we, as our body, is the biggest, most powerful ever created computer on this earth. I mean, our computer, okay, you're not going to put anything in our body that our body hasn't already perfected or can perfect or turn on or turn off with our genes, with our words. And words are manifestation. So if, as we go on to talk about tool, baby, pneuma, we are the breath, the word, the spark, right?
Sure, yeah.
So our words are powerful.
Do you know a lot of the people that me and Levi actually, or I would just say a lot of people that I fuck with currently all have idols that all kind of believe similar situations. If you look at Musk, if you look at Stephen Greer, they all are kind of preaching the same shit to center your mind, because it's bringing...
Well, our mind is such a powerful
and not
computer,
just meditation, but it's talking about like health, like you were just talking about, like so when you do these things to center your mind or meditate or anything like that, it's not only bringing health, it's bringing ETs.
It's bringing, yes, it is bringing the higher dimensions, the beings who want to help us here on Earth, and if we're open up to listen to their messages, they can come through when we are raising our vibrations. Because think of our bodies as a radio transmitter. So we have frequencies on the bandwidth, right? And we're like, I'm tuning into 95.9, or now like that, 98.5. So as we raise our vibrations, we are using our body as an antenna. So we're tuning into the frequency we would like to, of course we don't want the low vibes, because that's when we...
To the 432?
We can, it's mind manipulation. We're putting ourselves into a mind manipulative state of where we can be controlled negatively, correct?
Sure.
So if we are able to raise our vibrations, we're opening up. But if we raise our vibrations through love, through meditation, through yoga, through
possibly outbalance that negative energy that's being put out.
We rise up, and then we are able to open up our antenna to speak with the higher realms.
Okay, so you did an experiment
masters,
today.
Our guardians,
with
the Galactic
meditation.
Federation of Light.
Okay, let's not go out there too far.
I'm not going to go out there too far. I'm just saying it's your radio
I think
station.
it's a nice transition into what you did today with meditation and what you practiced. What did you do today?
Well, so I went over to my niece and nephew's house. Shout out to Nina and Roger. I love you guys. And I was picking up my nephew, Austin, and shout out to him for the microphone stand I'm using right now. While we were there, I was like, oh my gosh, open up the curtains. Like, the sun is shining so bright. So we opened up the curtains, and I said, hey, you guys, have you ever sun gazed? And they're like, no. I'm like, well, come join me down here. So we sat on the living room floor, and I said, okay, so you guys get prepared. So we're gonna do the Om. We're gonna chant Om. Om.
What's sun gazing first before you Om?
Okay, so sun gazing is, so we have a third eye, which they call our third eye, which is like I'm gonna say
it's a pineal gland.
A tunnel, but there's it's an opening, like say it's a flap, like in our forehead.
Yeah.
Yes, that lets the light in to our pineal gland, which we're trying to decalcify, correct? Because we all need to decalcify our pineal gland.
That's what they say.
Yes.
What is it? Wait, what?
Okay, so the fluoride in our water, the low frequency tones, were put down here on. I'm not going to even pull strings right here. In all reality, on Earth, every one of us are involved in a war that we know nothing about, and it's called the light versus the dark. So there are dark forces, and for many years they have held this Earth under a prison. And
dark forces.
People are going to research this because I ain't got all night to talk about this.
Yeah, but you do have time to...
So let me explain. I'm just saying. So we're being pulled in. Our pineal gland is being decalcified. So, or being calcified. So we are unable to do what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you to purify your bodies, connect back to Mother Gaia, which is our earth, and to start raising our vibrations. So we as free will sovereign beings on this earth.
There you go, you guys. This is from episode 1, what I was trying to pull out originally of what her beliefs and systems are. This is kind of what we're targeting, I think.
She said she was more prepared for beliefs and what do you believe in
Yes, and I believe
tonight.
Yeah, I feel like
Makes
I'm more
sense.
prepared tonight. I felt like a lot of stuff just didn't get, But Greg Braden, he breaks it down how we're allowed to do this and raise our vibrations to eliminate what the dark forces. We were born here with we were born here slaves. I mean, come on, that's a reality.
And that's what sun gazing does?
Yes, sun gazing. When you sit in the sun gaze and you tap on your forehead, it's almost like you're reminding your third eye, hey, I'm talking to you, pineal gland. I want to receive these, because the sun, okay, imagine, is our solar power, right? So we generate from our sun. That's why it's so important we get vitamin D in our body, and then we get out to Mother Nature, we touch Earth, we let the sun touch us. Even when we don't see the sun is always sending our energy and rays down here. So about 4 or 5 years ago, I decided to learn to sun gaze and open that up, and and then as you do that, you're asking yourself, because you talk to your higher self, hey, Larissa, let's open up our pineal gland. Let's, we're moving into a more lighter world. I want to be a frequency of love. I no longer want to be stuck in a loop.
There is a shit ton of people, even, in social media and in everyday life that I've come across that have all, like, a lot of people are getting on board to this spiritual... Okay, it's almost a religion that's being born in our modern era. Have you noticed it?
Well, it's going back
to the Great Awakening.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, it's the Great Awakening, and
it's like everyone's getting on board with it too.
It's going back to our Atlantic roots. We tried this before. We screwed up, and there's many reasons. There's many reasons. I mean, the Earth goes through cycles. They were aware of it. I mean, plain to say, they just picked up and lifted off. When they came here, their Atlantis was the island, and they built off from it. And when they lifted off, they knew that one day there would be a cataclysm, and they would lift off, and the Atlanteans would take off. Well, we are, these Atlantean starseeds and children that are back down here. We're here to harness our crystal power. We're here to bring back healing and our love and light, and recognize that we're not from here. None of us are. We all have galactic roots. We all have past lives. We all have places we have come from, and we chose to say, Earth needs help. The call went out. Mother Gaia said, help. I'm hurting. I'm being hurt down here. I need help. And we stood up and said, we're just the people for the jobs. What do you want us to do? There was the word, the spark. We came. We're here.
Back on. What did you do today?
Okay, so I taught Austin and Nina to tap on their foreheads, to ask to have the sun rays that were coming in to open up and to come in and penetrate us with light codes.
Okay.
Our light codes come in on many frequencies. They come in like our chakra system. They come in colors. Well, excuse me. And when you chant with the sun rays, so you're raising the vibration in the room. And just the three of us just started oming while we were sun gazing. We just, we did our tap. I tap 3 times. That's good. Give it a knock. Hello, and you just sit and you put your face to the sun. You can hold your eyes open if you want, but you probably shouldn't. But just close your eyes and imagining the sun coming into your forehead right here, and let your body be in charge, because it is a generator for this computer. And just simply OHM.
Okay.
And you can feel how the vibrations can come through your body, and it starts to relax you.
Yeah.
Well, when you're in the sun ray, and
it says, oh, we have Austin over here who says it fucking works.
He's a witness. He was here today, or did it with me. It was him and my niece Nina, and as we sat there, and we didn't do it long. It was maybe 5 minutes. It was just long enough for that sun to come in, give us this boost of natural energy. And, we're riding that wave right now. Still right now, we're riding it. I mean, the energy was good. And I told him, you guys are going to feel fantastic after this. So then I wanted to, like I said, 4 years ago, I started measuring the sun ray energy, because there was something inside me. I knew something was changing with our sun. I've always had my head in the clouds. Like I said, I couldn't keep my feet on the ground, like I said in my last video. Well, I started watching the sun, and I noticed that through my lenses and through my own eyes, there was differences. So I started doing research on like what the colors meant, and who are these colors from, and what is it trying to tell us? Well, I've come to the conclusion that the colors, pretty much come with our chakra. Like they can see where the healing is happening and like what's radiating around us and what should be radiating around us.
Is this something that anyone else can reference with color, light codes, and all that shit?
I feel like that the information's all out there that you can find out your chakra
just for
system.
people who are interested
Absolutely.
in maybe alming and
Yes.
and sun gazing and shit.
And then my daughter-in-law bought me a chakra, a yellow chakra pipe, which is your solar plexus chakra. And, it actually, generates the power from the fire, which I'm a Sagittarius fire sign, and from the sun, in which I'm a firm believer in harnessing our sun. Our sun is to generate us who we are. And I'm 48 years old. I'm 24 years out from cancer. I have rheumatoid arthritis and many other, medical problems. And I'm not getting sicker. I've lost probably over 40 pounds.
You do look healthier since you started all this shit. I'll give you that.
My energy level has boosted up. I feel like
you think you're a living representation of this?
I feel like I'm living what I'm speaking. So my word is speaking truth, because I'm not just doing, talking about this. Like I'm walking this.
Okay.
Like the doctor said, oh, you have rheumatoid arthritis when I was 24 years old and barely just had the thyroid cancer taken out of my throat. Told me, I'd be in a wheelchair at 40. I'm far from a wheelchair. I mean, I'm not, physically everything I want to be, because I'm wearing a brace now, because I think I can just, do a handsaw and be a handsaw queen up at our family cabin. Well, I overworked my body, but I had the ability to do it, and I'm not in a wheelchair. But I know a man who is in a wheelchair.
Do you know what's crazy?
Who's proving this works also.
You're talking about
my babes.
Your pineal gland and all that shit. Most people don't understand that the human brain is actually 8 times larger than a mammal of our size is supposed to be.
So maybe what, like this length and width, like a dolphin?
Overall size, yeah, or body size, yeah.
Yeah, so like length.
Yeah,
and
and
like
so
a dolphin.
So the sun ray energy, I was trying to. Okay, I'm gonna get back to it, because that show went on way too long last time. But I want to tell you the proof is in the pudding, really. So the three of us did the sun ray energy. And then me and Nina, she seen me taking pictures, and she's like, "What are you doing, Auntie?" I said, "I'm measuring the energy of the sun, because like it's bursting out today." So
there you go. I was gonna ask you this earlier.
And I do have picture proof that I don't use any filters. I just use any regular cell phone, and I go out and I stand there and I ask the sun if I can connect to her, and when I do, the rays will come in, and I'll start seeing, like today it looked like Archangel Michael's sword, like it's just straight a sword coming down. But on top of it,
you always seem to mention Archangel Michael.
I'm definitely on his team. He's, he's my leader. I love Archangel Michael. He's an amazing protector and healer.
For those who don't even understand what the fuck that means, will you just give a brief description in case it ever comes back up on the show?
Archangel Michael, he's the strongest army warrior for God. And
Christian God?
Do your research on Archangel Michael. I'm just going to say...
Is it Christian God, yes or no?
I don't know if he's a Christian God.
Or is it spiritual?
He's spiritual with me. He's just a guide of mine. That he talks to me, he guides me, I get messages, I get blue skies.
I feel like you would have been considered a witch.
I would have been burned.
Do you know what I'm
totally
saying? Because
would have been burned.
you have a lot of Christian, roots, but then you go off on crystals and shit where they would have fucking fried you.
But this life brought me to
you don't have the answers, woman. Burn her.
Right. Right. Well, I would have totally been burned at the stake, because what I'm saying is, and I'm not about oppression. Like, I believe that a woman is just as important up front as a man.
That's a cool art piece, by the way, that you brought to the show. Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, when I seen that, I just love. I love. There's only probably one time in my life I'll ever get to go to a Tool concert with my children, my grandson, the love of my life, and my niece and my brother, and I'll never get to do that again. And when I seen that, it's like,
the person who got
look
us
at
all
the eyes.
into Tool.
Yeah, look at the eyes.
Oh,
Yeah,
David.
Yeah, my brother David. Shout out to David Bates, biggest Tool fan ever. If
a lot of people that come on the show actually love Tool,
David
and it's kind of like you'd never notice it. that like people love Tool until they come to the show and they're like, "Oh, fucking Tool, dude!" Like it's
but,
cool.
You know, and that's another thing. You know, Tool is actually a good, definite characterization of your Uncle David, who he introduced us all to Tool. Like David walked that dark side of Tool because for the longest time I couldn't grasp Tool because every time I had to listen to it, it was Tylen and David going ham on Tool, you know, because Tool will take you down to the dark side, which is good because we all should go to our shadow side. And then when Tylen's like, you know, kicked me out of his house in August of 2020 to listen to the Fear Inoculum album. Oh, no, 2019. Fear Inoculum, August 2019. Fear Inoculum Tool. I got kicked out. So then when we got...
I did. I said, you got to go. I got shit to do.
Because he knows that Tool gets me aggravated. I can't deal with the energy that comes with it because of the people I listen to it with. So... But I love it. Like, oh my God, I'll never say nothing bad about Tool. Like, they're a symphony. They're geniuses. I love them. Oh, Tool, we love you. Shout out to Tool. Love y'all. Anyways, so when the Fear Inoculum came out, the first song, song that I ever heard from it was Pneuma. Yeah. And let me tell you, nothing struck a chord in me or ever hit me so hard, like, as in this day and age.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that way.
That's Pneuma hit me. Like, okay, because I already knew all this, and then for them to come out and just, you know, start talking about Pneuma, like, it brings us back to where we are today, because I'm talking about Greg Braden and how he's trying to enlighten us and all that. And he also, you didn't see the episode, Ty, where he talks about our DNA, and it talks about our creator in our DNA strand. He left a message. Every strand of our DNA starts out with, gosh, I wish I had it with me because I don't want to quote it because I don't know. I had it written down and I could have, but it was something like the divine God within something. You know, I mean, he leaves a direct message. Like if you were gonna make your artwork, every artist signs his painting, or he does something to say that I did this, I created this.
And you say he, I say they.
Well, no, literally.
Wow.
Well, I've always questioned the word. Okay, so I do believe that you know that we do have a divine spark, a source. We all come from what we are, all one. We are. It's plain and simple. I believe that you are a mirror of me. I'm a mirror of you. All of you. I love all of you, and I do believe that. But you know, I've always questioned. You know, and I put this on my Facebook a couple years ago. I said, God. Is it God?
Why would you get rid of your Facebook?
We're not going to go there right now. But, you know, God is, you know, the one, the Almighty. Or is it the galactic order of this dimension? They.
Huh.
Could it be?
You just hit with the Elon Musk blunt hit.
Well, I'm just saying galactic order of this dimension because... Right now, we've already moved from the 3-dimension. We're moving into the 4th and 5th dimension. Thank you, Mother Gaia. We love you. We're going for you, girl.
Another person that you want to fuck with is David Wilcock. Who's this?
I love David Wilcock. He's the Divine Cosmos on YouTube. All right, hit him up.
With an S?
Divine Cosmos, you know it. Yep. David Wilcock. So, check him out.
Who is he?
Okay, David Wilcock is on Ancient Aliens. He talks about aliens, and he's also
does he talk about alien dicks?
So what we're hearing right now, does he
talk about alien dicks?
No, he's blonde. I don't know about his alien dicks. He's got blonde hair, blue eyes, and he talks about
how bad do you think aliens' dicks are?
And the agenda of the aliens and why they're here.
Okay.
Did you guys see the King Tut's fucking sandals?
Yes.
No.
Those things were gangster.
Yes, sir.
King Tut's sword was a meteorite.
Yeah, it was. It was a meteorite. And Tylen has a meteorite. So, and I always told him that he was the reincarnation of the pharaoh Akhenaten. And my daughter-in-law, Levi's wife, is the reincarnation of Nefertiti. We did live a life in Egypt. These are past lives. And, you know, we're getting seeds of remembrance, and we're all going to start remembering this stuff. We really are.
I don't have a meteorite.
But I want to... You can't get it. But anyways, what I was trying to say is that David Wilcock is also known to be the reincarnation.
Oh, wow. Yeah, those are tough.
Okay. Are you listening?
Yeah.
David Wilcock is supposedly, and I confirmed, the reincarnation of the sleeping prophet Edgar Cayce. Now, that is my #1 teacher, Edgar Cayce. Love that man, the sleeping prophet, who didn't only just sleep in trances, healed people long distance, spoke of prophecies. Like he's my guy.
He's an interesting fellow.
He just,
you know, he went. If you guys are really looking for someone,
Edgar Casey or the ACE.
Just to kind of look into it, his prophets are out there, and they are interesting. I mean, but you know, just like any prophet, you got to take it with a grain of salt, or because it's interpreted. You know what I mean? It's an interpretive view. But he does have some interesting shit that's worth looking into. I'll give you that.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say that, you know, the people that, you know, have inspired me. My number one teacher is Edgar Casey. I love the Sleeping Prophet. I'm telling you, my life changed when I was sleeping that day, and I had my, you know, my astral travel, my great awakening started in 2011.
Did your ass travel?
It did. It traveled so far I couldn't even. I could still be in the same bed and go that far. Bong.
I think I astral traveled before my mother, so I'll throw that out there.
Where at? What'd you do?
Okay, I astral visited. What is that called? Astro visitation.
What do you mean?
You visited in the astral realm and
no,
in the astral plane during a dream?
Like right before fucking Grandma Gordy died.
Oh, that's a sweet story. Okay, so my Grandma Gordy, I love you, Grandma. Anyways, when Levi was 4 years old, this is crazy. So my Grandma Gordy, we moved to Minnesota when Ty was 10 years old.
97. 98.
You were 10, he was 2. He was 4.
No, so, it's like 5.
Okay, you were 5 years old when this happened. So say 2000. Anyways, my grandmother was my biggest pen pal. We used to write back and forth from Minnesota to Montana all the time. And this is so crazy because so Levi wakes up one day. It was from a nap, too. I think that was a nap, but not a whole night of sleep, right? It was a nap.
No, it was a full night of sleep.
Okay, so he wakes up and he says, Mommy, guess what? I got to sleep with Grandma last night. I said, you did? He said, yeah. I crawled in bed with her and I slept with Grandma Gordy. You know, he loved Grandma Gordy. It was crazy. So I get a letter in the mail.
That is true. You did love Grandma Gordy.
And you know how I knew it was real was her fucking.
You remember it?
The shoe locker.
Why don't you tell it?
Yeah, tell your story.
I just wanted her to tell you the words.
Well, yeah, and then he come out and I said, "What do you mean?" He says, I went to Grandma's house and Grandma said I could get in her bed, and I slept with her. I said, "Oh, that's so sweet that you'd sleep with your Grandma. I'll tell Grandma you slept with her." He says, "But I did. I was with Grandma last night," and I said, "Okay." So I took it that I didn't say, "Oh no, you didn't."
Sure.
You know, because I'm a firm believer. You know, if a child comes up and tells you, "Hey, I'm talking to
Bulbasaur.
I'm talking to Robert from Mars," I have a tendency to believe them. Kids are pretty damn smart, and you should listen to them. So I didn't wipe it off. I was just like, okay. And now, Levi, tell your story.
All right. So what I remember of it, I was standing, just because her room wasn't very big. It was full bed, and then there was like one of those bench shoe locker things at the top folds up at the end. Like a blanket.
Foot locker, yeah.
It's a foot locker.
Sure,
yeah.
Whatever, foot locker. But like a big style one. I just remember, and then there was like the dresser, another dresser, nightstand, lamp, whatever. And her slippers were right by the bed. And I asked her, I said, can I get in bed with you?
Yeah, Grandma, can I sleep with you?
She said, yeah. So I boop, 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 crawled up on that little thing, crawled up down by her feet. Pretty sure I had my fucking Teletubby cup.
Teletubby cup. Yeah, he had a little Teletubby cup.
It was the yellow one.
The yellow one, but he named it cup.
And then,
Lala, but it was cup.
Fucking pulled the blanket back over me, went to bed.
And
it was real? It felt real as shit?
It was real.
It was real. I
told
her
on my end. I woke up, told my mom, said, "Dude, I was."
It sounds like an astral travel to me,
and
man.
Grandma, and that's
astral visitation.
That's like teleporting yourself. It's exactly, there's no space, no time in reality.
You know what I feel like?
So let me finish the story though, real quick before we get off, because I'll forget. So, okay.
Oh, so it goes further.
No, this is real. I still have the letter.
Okay,
this is real. So he lived with Uncle Matt. Shout out to Uncle Matt at the time.
Who lived?
Grandma Gordy lived.
You said he. So
okay, sorry. Okay. So, well, Levi lived in International Falls, Minnesota. Grandma lived in Great Falls, Montana. And, no, we lived in International Falls, and Grandma lived in Great Falls.
Okay.
So, he lived with Matt, Uncle Matt, and at the time he was with Vicky. Shout out to Vicky. And
40.
which is a long ways away. So 3 days later, like I said, she was my best pen pal, man. Grandma wrote the best letters, like straight up wrote the best letters. It was like you were living it. She's like, oh, so and so's doing this, and a little some bitch, and you know, she talked like that. So, anyways, I get a letter exactly 3 days later, and Grandma's like, you wouldn't believe what happened to me last night. She goes, so I went to bed, and in the middle of no, I'm dead serious. I told you I have the letter. So I went to bed, and in the middle of the night, she says, you know, I seen Levi come in. She goes, Levi, what are you doing here? And he says, well, I want to sleep with you, Grandma. And she says, well, all right. She says, I pulled up my blanket, and I nuzzled him in beside me, and
100%.
That's fucking crazy.
so we nuzzled in beside each other, and we went to sleep. And she says, I'll be goddamn if I didn't wake up this morning. And I go out and I ask Matt, I said, where's Larissa? And he's like, what? She goes, well, Levi slept with me all night. And he goes, Mom.
That's crazy.
Larissa's not here. She's like, Matt, Larissa is here. Like, how can Levi be sleeping with me if they're not here? She's like, I was woke up in the middle of the night last night. Levi slept with me. And he said, Mom, I don't know. Like, they never came. And then, you know, she had to wake up and realize, like, oh, my God, Matt's telling the truth.
Crazy.
And then she wrote me the letter about it. And, you know, it's real. Like, Levi was there.
I think when
It's like-
people dream, because dreaming's so important to human life in general, I think you're not necessarily... You're not sleeping, I don't think. And this is, you know, this is a thought that I've
Well,
had
you're
for a
not.
long
You're
time.
more awake in your dreams. It's more
I
real
feel-
than this life is real.
Because when they give people sleep studies and shit, they realize how active your brain actually
I want to know
is.
on my sleep study how many times I went into gamma. Because when you're in gamma, man, you're traveling out of here.
So what I believe, I think that
And I've had it done like 2 or 3 times.
when you're
I'd love to
dreaming,
know
you're
when I'm gamma.
essentially, if we are in a simulation,
Oh, we are.
we're just stepping out of it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
know
And
what
we
I
go
mean?
for answers because we're struggling down here. So if we had a board game of life and we are the players, sometimes we spin at 6 and holy
Well,
fuck.
just like a video game,
You know, yeah,
when
it
you
really
when a video
is.
game sleeps,
We
when
need-
your character sleeps or just does its thing,
Yeah, we're leveling up.
we as the avatar, like the real person, leave our avatar asleep while we roam and do our.
And that's
fucking
another
shit.
thing. It's so important. Like if you dream journal, every morning when you wake up, the first thing you do is you pick up your pen and start writing. And no matter what that squabble is, then go back a month later and start reading things. You'd be amazed what you're journaling in your dreams because when you first wake up, I think it's the first 30, I don't know, maybe it's 30 minutes or first 3 minutes. You're not here yet. You're still, you know, traveling. You're still coming back from where you were.
Huh.
And you come back, and if it's been proof that you can write down the stuff, and you'll go back and you can be
I
amazed.
remember
what
exactly 0.
I don't think I heard. You
I
know,
don't dream really.
you know, I don't remember a lot of my dreams, so it was really crazy when my Great Awakening happened in 2011, and I get profoundly changed who I am. Like you know, I didn't grow up knowing all this stuff. I always, like I said, I was an odd child. I was always feed my mind knowledge.
So-
and I feel like that's where I am today. If you can look up all that we're talking about, like
Okay.
educate yourself.
I got
like,
one for you.
research it.
What does it mean when you wake up in your dream, like you were just dropped off, like by being knocked out, being hunted by white folks?
Well, there's very many correlations to that. First of all,
I'm not joking. Happens all the time.
You have a reoccurring dream?
Oh yeah.
that you're being hunted by white people.
Well, at least rich folks. That's what they tell me.
Well,
I
it's,
take off.
I mean,
Just whoever's in the game with me.
Crazy.
I'm gonna tell you what I think, and this could be, you know, maybe you eat it, maybe you don't, but that's another place we're going with this. Okay, so we have physical bodies here.
Mm-hmm.
We're allowed to have these 3D material bodies that we chose. We chose these meat suits. We like them. There's a reason we chose them, and so when Levi is dreaming that, so let me tell you. Okay, so right now people in the collective. So we all have one collective consciousness. And in the consciousness, a lot of people that are feeding in are not awake. They're still locked into the matrix and they're watching the media, which is very sad because that is it's coming from very few sources, and it's the same garbage on the low vibration, and it's feeding us. So it's putting people in a state of fear, and that's why I preach about love, because fear will kill us. Fear controls us. Fear enslaves us. So when Levi is dreaming about being chased by rich white people, that's, you could call it the cabal, the Illuminati, you could call it the elite, call it whatever you want. We are always being hunted by these people. They are the reason they don't want Levi to free himself. This is my interpretation of this dream. They are the wolves that are hunting us. We are the Hunger Games. We are what they're trying to control.
Levi referenced
and by
it as a game.
Transference, transcendence, and enlightenment, and the Great Awakening.
Like,
we're
it's
all
something
releasing.
like that's like the briefing is the person that you're with. There's always like one survivor you're with. And
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God, it's me or him, me or him.
Yeah, they're like, right now it's me with you. We gotta get the fuck out of here. And I'm like,
Did you know collectively?
no, just smoke him. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, so I'm saying, in all reality, I mean, I feel like, oh, sorry, Austin, that in that dream, you are literally. Like, that's the collective conscious. We're feeling that way, and that's how we're breaking out.
Well,
we all have a prison to break out as being sovereign, free will, living sentiment beings on Earth.
We spend about 40% of our lives sleeping. And guess what? Humans have collectively...
Guy's about 60. Look at this guy.
Yeah, he's a sleeper in motion. He's a professional sleeper. He has the Sodergren blood in him.
I can sleep anytime.
Shout out to the sleeper gene of the Sodergren blood.
Humans have collectively spent more than
We're professional nappers.
6 million years
on World of Warcraft.
What's that?
That's fucking crazy.
Nah, that's the Sodergren gene. My mom was the best sleeper too. Professional sleeping, napping genes. I call it a recharge.
What is
I don't call it napping.
Is that 100th?
Because if you say you're sleeping or you're napping,
or is it a 10th?
That's another thing with the powerful things about word.
It's all about decimal placement, buddy.
You're not napping, Ty. You're a recharger. Plugging yourself in. Recharging.
So...
Take a recharge. It's
well,
good for
we were
you.
talking about human existence in general a little bit ago.
Huh?
What do you say?
I was saying, words are powerful. We're not napping or sleeping. We're recharging.
Well, I need a lot of that, evidently.
Yeah, recharge is good.
Humans, we were talking about humans in existence in general, just a while ago, 20 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
And did you know, so if the history is accurate or... pretty close to accurate, or
if it's what me and Thailand think it is,
right.
At least,
humans,
not billions of years like Mom.
Humans have only lived on, or have existed.
I'm just saying the true history has never been found because the evidence isn't in our face yet.
Okay.
We are not we have not researched in the right places.
Think about the things that we have done in this short amount of time, and I want to put this time in perspective.
You got to stretch out from the natural science and get into the quantum fields, physics, and all that.
Okay. Humans have existed 0.1% the amount of time that dinosaurs have lived on the planet.
Yes.
165 or 150 or 145 million years dinosaurs existed. We have lived 0.1 of that.
We have a short time to make a big difference.
Well, we're fucking it up.
Well, no, we have, but what I'm preaching and what I believe in, I see a better world. I see a better collective. I see us coming together as one and realizing no color, no shame, no race, none of it. None of it. Let's just love each other.
Do you think with what China's doing
Why can't we all get along, people?
Do you think what China's doing over there with gene altering and trying to shorten our life? I mean, shorten aging and reverse aging. They're changing our genetics.
Absolutely.
I think they've been doing that for years, though.
And what I'm telling you.
Do you think that's gonna
help?
help?
Have you ever seen a Chinese pregnant woman?
I don't.
Fucking weird. And there's 6 billion. I mean, there's 1.9 or something.
I don't know. I've never been there, and I'm not going there. So, anyways,
how many? Can we pull a fact check? Is there like 2.1 or 1.9?
3.6.
Shay, if you don't mind, don't worry about it, Eddie.
3.6 billion people
it's not
in China.
Okay, so what I'm saying is what I've talked about. I said our health is our new wealth, and we can reverse aging ourselves. I'm going to talk about the man I love, my first love, the man I reunited with after 31 years, Royden St. Mark's. He is living proof that you can do things that the medical field and professionals can tell you cannot do. with just the power of your mind.
1.3 billion.
What was it?
1.3 billion.
1.398.
Holy, and it just that's
That's phenomenal.
It's freaking crazy.
And then India right behind that. I did not know India was the second most
I
populated.
got a question for you guys. I mean, I'm sure we can find the answer, but it's just an interesting thought. Are we making the planet heavier by us producing? Or do you think it just kind of like is like recycled weight?
I think as much as we destroy it daily, it's recycled weight.
Yeah,
Or
but
at
you know
least
what?
balances
You know
it.
that we're talking about
Because
all
we
of
are
that,
coming
but
out of
there's-
big nothingness.
I feel like there's good things coming. We're going to go into alternative energy. We're going to harness the energy of crystals. They're already making a plastic eater in the ocean. So many things. And oh, by the way, I loved it. And that's another thing I do is I go back and I like channel messages. Like I'll get little messages and I'll write them down in notebooks. And I'll go back
What
and
was
look.
that?
And I swear that I made the perfect recipe. Hey, baby girl.
Come in here, Shannon.
I swear that I
Come
made. I feel that we can
Come in.
clean our oceans.
You don't gotta be
the
quiet.
We can clean the radiation in the
Say
oceans
hello, you want in here?
with crystals, and by harnessing some powers of the crystals,
Hey,
we
you're
can
in the last
reverse
episode.
radiation with maybe shungite. I mean, there's so many things
Hold
we
on,
can use.
hold on. Let's just pause for a second.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, no. Shannon, I love you.
I love you, Shannon.
Shout out to Stage Line.
Shout out
Shout
to
out to-
Stage
hey,
Line
yes,
for
shout out to
delivering our
Stage Line.
pizza. We love you guys.
Love you too. And you ditched me on Sunday.
Oh,
I-
ching out.
we
That's
we,
on mic.
we
That's on
did the
record.
weekly podcast till 4 a.m. Please forgive me.
We did.
I love you with all my heart. What are you doing tomorrow, honey? What are you doing tomorrow?
It's Weed Wednesday, and I got appointments. And
It's Weed Wednesday.
Would weed like to get together, me and you?
yeah, call me after 5.
I got your digits, baby. Shout out to my girl.
Fucking potheads.
I love you, Shannon.
We'd like to get together. What an ass.
Weed.
You guys.
I love you so much.
Love you. Look it.
Bye.
I love you. All right.
My mom was out here talking about shungite and stuff.
I was talking about eradicating the radiation in our oceans and stuff. We have people out
Oh,
there
yeah.
that are making.
Where is shungite found?
You know, plastic can be reused as
She told us earlier, bro.
But I wasn't
You
listening.
can
She went
find
on a
Russia.
tangent. Oh.
you can find shungite at any rock and gem show, or
Realistically, in nature, it's from like some.
it's only found
Russia.
in Russia, which is crazy because of Chernobyl. But it's found in
Watch
what
how
was
you
it?
eat on camera.
Kershalia? I'm not sure. I'm not really. I don't know. I don't
just
know
know it's
Russia.
Russia, and you
You
got
could
to
only
get
get the
that rock and
shungite
gem
and
show.
shungite, but if you want to put it in your water
Or
to
Amazon.
clean your body out, detoxify from any of the EMF, which is electromagnetic frequencies we're pummeled with every day, you get elite. It's called elite, like elite, ELITE,
Like
shungite
Elite Concrete.
for water.
Shout out to Marvin Gonzalez.
All right, shout out. I don't know
That's
who that is,
good.
but hey,
I don't know what that means.
So I'm saying
Elite Concrete.
China can develop all the technology they want to reverse aging. I'm just saying we can do it naturally, and you can heal your bodies naturally. And that Royden St. Mark's is healing naturally, and he's living proof, and I'm living proof
But
that you can
We
choose
didn't
your.
get to talk about it. and
Yeah.
it's
Go
pretty
for
good.
it. Introduce
Okay.
it.
All right. So actually, on top of this natural meditation, healing, working naturally, Royden, actually just got accepted to the stem cell research in
Mayo Clinic in
Rochester,
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 Minnesota.
Minnesota. So shout out to the Dr.
So
Mohammed Biden
these two actually
at
might
the
be
Mayo
heading to
Clinic,
Minnesota.
who is I think it's called the Q-top cell stem experiment, and they have reached back to him, and what they're doing is they're trying to find because he is medically was considered a quadriplegic, but he is doing things that he was told he would never do. He does that through his own self-healing and his own beliefs, and he works on his body. And
Oh boy, Roy's a man
because-
of his word.
And yes, he is. And because he has done the work, and our doctor that we see, shout out to Dr. Kropp, who has decided that
36.
that he is perfect.
Shout-outs left out of 50.
He is a perfect candidate for the program over in the Mayo Clinic because he's done all the work that he can do himself, physically. And
He's going to be
so now-
subjecting his body to something that's
so he
completely
needs a little
untouched
help
ground.
to, little stem cells. So they're finding what program that he's going to fit into, and we're just waiting on that that call back that you know, we found the perfect program and meet us in Rochester. So we just wanted to say that.
That's exciting shit.
Thank you, Mayo Clinic, and all you guys that are doing the research to help the people who
And-
work hard behind the scenes
And
themselves as people and just need that help.
thank Thailand for pushing that on Roy Boy
Oh
and
yeah,
my mom.
it was a strong push because I just watched a few documentaries on stem cells and the miracles that it actually can do and what it's supposed to do. And if you guys don't know, you guys should seriously look into stem cells and the amazing
So
shit.
so the backdrop on is that Royden was born a naturally healthy, athletic, you know, person. He was a very athletic, physically able human. And then he was in a tragic rollover on September 2nd, 1994.
Don't drink and drive, folks.
He was not driving. He was a passenger.
Doesn't matter.
In the accident. I'm just saying he was not.
Everybody was drinking it.
Yes, he was a victim of the car accident. The van had rolled over on top of
Fair.
him and paralyzed him. And there was a doctor or two that told him he would never feed himself, he would never walk, he would never do any of this. Well, that man has come so far from there. He gets himself up and he does try to walk. And yes, he's wheelchair bound. Yes, he is. But he does everything physically able. I mean, he built a pole barn with my cousin Eddie Sodergren. Like, shout out Eddie.
Shout out Fetty. Fetty
You know,
Eddie.
him and Royden
with
in
Cousin
a
Eddie.
wheelchair literally physically built a pole barn to put our camper under this summer. Just the two of them with a rope wheeling up the logs. I mean, these are things that, you know, people that in his condition shouldn't be doing, but he is doing it. And that's why Dr. Kropp said, Royden, I am going to recommend you to the program. You're a perfect candidate. You've done everything on your end, and that's the thing. If you do it on your end, sometimes you just need that extra push. And shout out to the Mayo Clinic, man. I don't know, and Dr. Kropp and Royden for being an amazing human. I love you.
I'm hoping the best for it. It's gonna be cool to watch a man recover from
So that is Tylen's dad, and he was paralyzed when he was 5.
Did you guys know that Uranus rains diamonds?
Well, at strip clubs, butt plugs.
That's
they
my
come
kind
out.
of anus.
Yeah, they'd be
Uranus
shining.
or mine. Let him ring diamonds.
They'd be looking like Paul Wall's
shining
mouth.
like a diamond.
Can you
Raining those diamonds.
Thank you.
every
Christian loves my one-liners. I know.
every
Dong.
he's my only laugher, dude.
Can you see
I get
rappers?
Christian.
You know, like just in the future, they just like
They're
they're
like-
like we're buying Uranus. You know.
We want the crystals, bitches.
Yeah, not only do you gotta bring the bottles, you gotta bring your fucking butt
It's like,
plug.
we're buying
And we're coming
Uranus.
out of
That was
here
a
with the
Russian rapper, his name was
carrots.
Sved.
All the carrots we can
Sved,
get.
Yeah,
That's fucking
he was
wild.
a Russian rapper.
Speaking
named
of space,
Sved.
also is Elon Musk just launched the largest amount of satellites at one time.
What a
The day
gangster.
before yesterday
I don't like that garbage in my
Why?
atmosphere.
for Starlink.
Just saying.
Starlink will be. Actually,
You never come on the show and diss Elon. It's not
Yeah,
a good idea.
This is not the place to diss Elon.
I don't care who I'm dissing. I don't like all that garbage up in our atmosphere.
Actually, it could help you receive a message one day.
I have my
And
own
actually, it could help
receiver.
you
It's called my
transition
body.
faster into 4D by the vibration that it gives off. You
My
don't know.
body's more powerful than his satellites. I just have to tune in my station. Boom, bitches. Bong.
Okay.
Just saying.
Well, I
Anyways.
think it could transition into 4D faster. So bong you.
Nope. There'll be no links on me. There ain't no links on
About
me.
to get to my
There
Russian
ain't
rap
no links
emoji,
on
ready?
me.
Eddie, go back a slide, would you?
There ain't no chips or nanobots. There ain't no links on me. Ow.
Who's David Paulides?
Okay,
Oh,
David.
David Paulides.
Look
Come
it
on.
up, Levi.
Oh, no. I
Okay,
only know
I
a few
will.
places he's been. I have no idea what the guy's about hardly.
What is it?
And I wished you
He's a
would
dope
have.
guy, though.
He's okay. So
He's trying to help missing kids from.
no missing.
He's the dope guy. He drives
No.
dope all over the
No,
place.
oh my God, no, that's you guys. That's so wrong. Anyways,
Yeah,
No,
he gives
on a
best
serious
infants
note-
and see what they can do in the woods.
no. Okay, missing 411.
No,
Dave.
okay, be
Okay, I want
serious.
to.
All right.
I want to put a shout out to Dave Paulides. He's doing something really wonderful.
What's he doing?
He is looking into any and all people and any strange events of people coming up missing in
Oh, he
national
was just in
parks.
Glacier, wasn't he?
He lives in
Glacier,
Montana.
Cali
Oh, he's
Lake,
all over
Ashley
Montana.
Lake, Flathead Lake,
He's
Whitefish
in
Lake.
Montana now. Thank you, Dave Paulides, and I love you. I hope I run into you in the Flathead because we're in the same.
Let's get him on the show.
We're in the same place, pal.
It'd be cool. He's
But-
got a
That'd be
hell of a
dope.
following.
Well, I'm a follower of him. I dig his content because, first of all, I'm in here talking about space. I'm talking about space, aliens, interdimensional beings.
Can you find?
I'm
Hold on.
talking about
Can someone
alternate
pull up a Dave
timelines. I'm
Paulides Facebook?
talking about other dimensions. So let me tell you,
No one's got a
these
phone.
people are coming up missing in the national
it,
parks under severely suspicious. Severely suspicious events.
Can you find Paul's? Can you find Bee's Nest?
Maybe.
Come on,
Hey,
that was
Dave,
really
can you
legit.
find
I did,
Bee's
that
Nest?
was a good one.
But anyways,
Bring
so
up
yeah,
the
that's funny.
back.
The inevitable, the elusive, Paul the Bee's Nest Nichols.
We need to.
Dave Paulides right there.
Yeah, Dave Paulides, a missing 411. But this guy is phenomenal. I love what he's doing because he goes after the cases that, they don't put 2 and 2 as 4. Like, we have some really recent cases over in Idaho. And one of the women, I mean, she worked for the park ranger's office, and there was a guy that went missing, and they were like in the same area. And this stuff is like 1 minute they're there, that next minute. I mean, like from me to Christian, they just disappear. Like, do they walk into a portal? Do they walk into another
that one
time or
about- the one
space?
from,
I mean, these are weird things, or they find little kids.
The one
like
from Tally Lake is pretty crazy. Actually,
like
if you go watch
a
that
little kid. I don't know where it is because he does so many, and I watch so many of them. But
Is he
this kid,
successful?
oh,
Yeah.
I
Is there
don't know.
results? Does he have results?
No, he's also exposing that the national parks won't let him dig into this. They will not let him
Shut the
dig
fuck
up all
up.
the. I'm dead serious. That because you're not supposed to film in the national parks and whatnot. But they're also hiding the information about these missing cases. But like, there's a 3-year-old little boy. Like, a lot of them will come back and say that there was a bear that watched over them all night and kept them warm. And they're like, was it a bear? Was it Bigfoot? Who was it? Well, Bigfoot, is
Was it a
obviously a
Bulbasaur?
paranormal being. Bigfoot's not from here. He's obviously paranormal. So, I don't know who it is, but these kids are claiming that these bears watched over them. And another thing is like a 3-year-old child comes up missing sitting right next to their parents and ends up 3 miles away on the top of a fucking mountain. It's impossible.
That's the Tally Lake.
That's the Tally Lake
like,
incident.
no, there's so many of them like that.
Yeah,
That's not just, but.
I mean, that's what happened
I mean,
in that
this
one too.
thanks to Dave Paulides, he's putting it out there that there's something going on in our national parks. In our, it's usually around water. There's always these common,
Aliens?
I'm saying it could be.
Wow.
Nobody's
That's what
saying
we're
it's
getting
not.
at.
I mean, these are strange events, and people aren't really talking about them. And I don't know if Disclosure has to open up the Glacier Park
if-
or any Glacier Park records
just
or
wanna
not. I
say-
don't know about the active information
I just
on
want
any
to say,
of that. But
if you don't know the correlation with aliens and water, that's where I feel like they get their energy from. So,
I do
agree.
too. I've always
I
felt
agree.
like their ship was powered by water. It's always been one of
but
my.
I don't think it's water per
hypothetical
se. I
theories.
think it's a moon.
Okay,
moon
no, I'm going to
energy.
tell you. I believe it has to do with
Reflective
crystals
moon
and
energy.
water energy, and I do believe that.
You think
because-
actual water?
No, they do say element.
Oh, yeah,
element
absolutely.
115, bro, is a crystal of some sort.
I'm gonna tell you that water.
That comes from
water
water?
holds memory.
I don't know.
Water holds memory. Water,
Everything does,
I mean, I'm
technically.
surprised that our cell phones isn't a drop of water because
Plants hold
either a
memory.
drop of water or a crystal will hold more memory than any machine, like any of these little microchips we have. Come on, a drop of water.
Yeah, of course. Well, in
'Cause, you know,
spiritual or
I just never
space
thought of that
energy,
before, like-
yeah, sure. Or
Think about-
space memory. Of course, that's going to be.
Think about
the
this.
thing.
We collectively gather memories built off gold, in chips. Why couldn't we do something like that with a crystal?
I'm telling you, crystals
If
are.
if we
are-
could
are
write
future.
onto a crystal
Like,
Well,
I'm
like
telling
shaved
you.
down.
as a SD card and transport it into like a fucking hard drive.
Well, we would.
I mean, how come we haven't even attempted, or that we know of?
Because this technology has been held from us. That's what we're trying to conquer now.
I've seen something where somebody does something
Really?
where they take
Come here, Kristen.
some sort of they take some sort of crystal and they put it into like not like a reactor but
Make sure you're close.
something that'll like create energy from it.
Yes, because crystals
But
harness,
then
receive,
once
and
it,
yes.
like charges up itself, then it like just
It holds
then-
it.
Then it holds it and creates the energy itself, and then it doesn't need the help after.
Does it
What do you mean?
like when it gets energy? Does it like change color?
Well, because if you think about it, if you power most natural things that you power up energy, like crystals, they hold the energy because energy is endless.
Could you imagine magnifying like the sun onto, you know how we have solar panels? If we could create like a solar panel with a crystal?
I think we could.
That retains and holds energy?
So
we
that's
call it
okay.
the crystal panel.
Okay, so yeah, and so that's another thing I want to talk about.
Well, Star Wars has been on the head of the game for a long time. You know, lightsabers they're crystal.
Right, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a laser created from a crystal.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't watch Star Wars, so I don't know.
Oh my God! Yeah, I watched the original Star Wars in the theaters in Havre, Montana, as a little girl, and it changed my life. It's probably one of my first reasons I was a Great Awakened, because I used to tell my mom, "Mom, I don't think we're from here." Like, you know, I always felt like Star Wars is where I came from.
From the Star Wars.
Right, totally from Star. Oh yeah, I totally understand that stuff.
Larissa Skywalker.
Okay, so we're gonna throw it back out there. We're going to throw it also back out there that Christian starting his side video vlog channel called Bustin' Sideways.
With Christian
Let's break it up with Christian Lacassie.
Lacassie's has some shit going on.
Is it just you?
Come in here, Christian. And,
or is it Lap?
We tried to introduce it to you, but you were fucked up, bro.
Yeah, we did show you, and you're just like...
Bustin' Sideways.
He was just
I saw that earlier. I was like...
Oh, yeah.
We loved it. It was cool. It's okay.
But, yeah, Bustin' Sideways, cool. I guess it's kind of...
I mean, maybe the name's subject to change. We don't know.
Yeah, it just
Whatever.
kind of was something, I don't know. But it could either be...
It can be what you
with,
make
like,
it.
a guest or...
Come out your mouth. Come out your mouth.
Spit it.
Yeah, I don't know. I had,
your
like,
mouth.
sort of an idea. Maybe have, like, guests on, do whatever.
It's going to be like a weekly thing?
I don't know.
Or it's just like whenever, dude.
Kind of like my
Usually
YouTube,
whenever.
Larissa
Okay,
Cosmos
yeah.
at YouTube. It's just, you know, whenever I feel the
Stay off
breeze.
his shine, man.
Yeah, this is Christian's moment, please.
Sorry, Christian.
It's all good. Yeah, I'm not sure yet. It's still kind of an idea in its infancy.
But you have an episode.
He's co-creating
yeah,
it.
I'm gonna have to check
He's
it out.
creating
'Cause
it.
it could be pretty fucked.
Oh, yeah. But that's what you wanted, dude.
Christian's
Yeah,
putting it
it's
out in
gonna-
the
it's gonna be
universe.
gnarly fucking...
Where would you
yeah.
platform it for one?
Where would you platform it?
YouTube.
Yeah, probably YouTube.
Yeah, go
Or
YouTube.
clips on Instagram. You're going to be a Reels guy.
That's true.
I think the Weekly Bus should do a fucking TikTok.
We have one,
Isn't-
technically.
There it goes. I don't know.
We do have one, technically.
All right. Well, fuck.
Well, yeah, see, I don't know.
See, it's going to fuck whatever it does.
Okay,
We'll
so
talk
what
about it more when it's more figured
We'll
out.
support his endeavor when it
As of right now, Christian's got a side project.
called
It might
Bustin'
fruition
Sideways.
soon. It might not fruition soon. You don't know.
Check it
All
out.
right, but the Lacassies have stuff going on.
Yes.
Tylen, take it away.
Yeah, speaking of the Lacassies, we do have someone that is getting established currently into the entertainment world, and that would be Christian's brother, Kanan. And he's doing stand-up comedy, and he's fucking phenomenal, actually. You know what I mean? We watched clips and shit of his recent stand-up that Christian filmed. Christian's been busy. Christian filmed a fucking music video recently, too, where we're going to have a guest on from those guys as well. Been a busy little fella.
Yeah, we're going to push that one back. He just had a baby, so.
Okay, so we're pushing that episode back a bit, but yeah, no, we want to shout out to Kanan. Kanan's going to be coming on hopefully sometime in the near future as well, and he has phenomenal fucking jokes. He's good. He has good punchlines. If you see him around here locally getting ready to host some shit after coronavirus lets up a little bit, go check him out. I think it'd be worth the show. You get a good laugh, you get a date, maybe fuck afterwards, and
All right.
He'll definitely jack you up,
Fucking's
I know.
always good. Who doesn't like that?
Elevation?
Just be cautious with
He
your
now
sacral
performs
energy
weekly.
exchanges. Keep your sex
Oh,
clean.
every here and there at Elevation 330. Shout out.
hey, does Joe own Elevation?
Yeah.
So our buddy Joe, who opened up fucking Fire Pizza downtown, he started his own joint.
Actually, he left like a month before I got there.
He started a joint of his own called Elevation, and it's a nice fucking pub, dude. It's really nice, and it's an upper class place. You could take your female,
Shout
take
out
your
to Elevation.
take your male, and go
Two
check him out
thumbs
too. We're down to 31 shout outs left.
All right.
I also want to talk about Felix Baumgartner.
I know nothing about it.
Oh, this guy
is a fucking stud. Okay,
Could you do it? Could you do what he did?
I don't know, man. I was thinking about it actually. Speaking of dreams, I had a dream that I jumped out of a plane for once, and it was scary.
You had the opportunity to, and you backed out.
I never backed out. No, man. I just never had the funds. I need to put up the money for it.
Oh, that's right.
I'm 100% jumping out of a plane. That's for real.
Sounds like we could use some free tickets to jump out of a plane.
But I do. If I can find someone that's willing to do that.
Big Sky Air, that's on you, baby.
We'll put it on the weekly buzz. Ty jumps out.
I'll tell you I'll put my experience, and we have a bunch of viewers now.
Come on now.
So but I had this dream actually last night that I jumped out of a plane and my parachute fucking failed, and the guy that was with me caught me and linked clips to my backpack and pulled his and saved both of our asses.
What a gangster,
wow.
whoever that is.
Shout out.
But so that makes me nervous. So when you ask me if I could do what Felix has done, I don't know, man.
Who is he? Because I don't know either.
I'm gonna get into it. We haven't got there. I'll pull it up. I'll pull the picture up while you talk about
Felix had went to the highest point of where humans are able to
that Red Bull suit
to remain conscious.
The flight suits.
And he took a flight suit
wings on, I think.
And he jumped out of a fucking plane. And he broke the sound barrier as he did it.
Wow. Doesn't he have the little jet motors on his back, too?
No, he's a free faller.
Oh, good.
And, it was the largest.
He's an Australian daredevil. That's all you gotta know about this fucking guy.
Google him. Australian daredevil.
Let's get some camera focus on this so we can show his.
Oh, wait, he did this a while ago.
I know this is a while ago, but he broke a record doing it.
It was like 328 miles up, and he broke the sound barrier.
Yeah. Okay. So show the picture of him doing it.
This is Red Bull.
Yeah, go down.
Okay.
Okay.
We're looking for his dive bomb.
Yeah, you want to
right there, supersonic free fall.
Yeah, supersonic free fall. There it is.
Here we go, supersonic free fall. Felix Baumgartner.
Shout out YouTube. And your
YouTube.
commercials.
Screw it. We'll run it. We get flagged.
Fuck it if we get flagged, man. YouTube got our back, it seems like.
Because we love them.
Yeah, shout out YouTube for letting
us. We don't own the
what we're
video.
doing.
We're just sharing the free fall.
This is Look how high he is.
Oh, right there.
He's 127,000 feet in the air.
We do not own rights to the videos.
Not at all. To 100.
Should I move?
He's still climbing. He's at 127,000 feet, 599 more, and climbing.
Don't tell me the world doesn't have a fucking curve.
Yeah, but the flat earthers will tell you that that's a fish lens.
No. We do live on a spherical, round, perfectly beautiful Earth.
Eddie, hide your product placement, please. Can we get a little fast forward on this?
Dude, it's like he's still climbing up in feet.
Yeah, let's get some fast forward in here. This is huge.
What, right?
Probably keep going. Okay, yeah. So go back a little bit, right there.
He's let's see what his fight 127,939 that's the last count. Here he goes.
This is insane.
The highest second record, highest free
That was
fall.
the second record.
It's like a 6 or 8 minute free fall. It's a long free fall.
There he goes.
This is phenomenal.
This fucker broke the sound barrier.
Shout out to Felix. You are a rock star.
This is unreal stuff. Red Bull does the most outrageous shit ever, dude.
Insane.
He's going 400.
And 91.
500.
510. Holy crap.
He goes about 800.
Listen to him breathe.
650 mile an hour.
He's at 666.
683.
I could do it.
702.
I'd do it.
717. 729. 729 miles per hour.
He broke the third.
Third record.
Roswell's like, what the fuck, dude? Look, this is Roswell.
There was the mission control.
Oh, he's out of control. He's out of control.
When he goes into the death spin.
Holy shit.
This is a hell of a ride. What a superstar.
If you understand what spinning does to
guy
the
is
body,
sick,
it
man.
will send you into an unconscious state.
He's also trained to get out of a death roll.
He did. He corrected. Look at him.
Yeah, put his arms out. Wow, what a gangster, dude.
Wow.
They-
That's pretty amazing.
And they're clapping. They're
Yeah.
like, "Holy shit!"
Now that's something I probably wouldn't do even if I was sponsored to do it.
I don't know if I could do this, or maybe I do have enough time now that I think about it. There's so much time in the air that I could get right with who I am, and if I die, then I think I could be okay with it.
Right? It gives you time. You
Yeah,
know?
to be okay with your current status.
Yes, I agree. In fact, you know, speaking of like, you know, he's wearing a Red Bull suit. He's sponsored. I always wanted to be one of those girls who was sponsored by a weed company, and I'd wear the shit out of their paraphernalia.
Reach out to Cookies for your fucking YouTube.
Really?
Dude, could you imagine following that?
This is Larissa Cosmos at Larissa Cosmos at YouTube. I will wear your T-shirt if I can get some profit.
That's not how you.
That's not how you intrigue, but maybe it is. Who knows?
I don't know. I'm just saying, hey, if you want me out there, I'll wear your product in my videos, and you know, right there. You know, I help you, you help me. That's how life goes. I believe in the
Oh, did he just break the sound barrier? Did you see that?
in the barter system.
He's spinning in a fucking circle right now.
Looks like he's spinning like this way, corkscrew.
Right?
It does, dude. It looks
He
like
is.
Unless the camera's that bad, but.
I don't know. But I'm saying that's another wave of the future. Barter.
Could you imagine the Red Bull camera guy that could have done it with him? Let's go!
That would be.
Nobody ever gives the camera guy credit, you know what I mean?
Right.
They're skate, like a lot of the skate videos, they're skating with those fuckers, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Oh, you don't
Yeah.
think Christian knows? This fucking camera's been on a lot of skate trips.
That's what I'm saying, like nobody ever like considers the guy next to the guy filming the
Right.
guy.
Yeah, you don't see the work that he's doing. Where the sweat's coming out of him.
Or what about the National Geographic cameramen that are in there with their lions are like, yeah, this lion's eating this hyena.
Could you imagine falling for 3.5 minutes?
No.
You're jacking off.
Nah, this is enough.
You already came.
Flapping your pecker so hard.
You already came and that fucker's just done.
You're going 700 miles an hour. You're not going to be whacking
So,
on 700 miles.
while we're watching this guy free
Just
fall,
put your hand on it, let the wind do the
that's another thing. Let's not forget what our human bodies are totally able to do that we untap into. We are totally untapped potential, all of us, every one of us.
I think that feeds into the reason why aliens haven't fucked with us that bad.
Where the fuck is the sound barrier?
We have DNA that hasn't even been switched on yet for us to do amazing things. Like, our bodies are so amazing. Like, they have proven that really consciousness doesn't even live in our body, but it lives in the collective. And that's
Holy
how...
shit, look at this guy. This is from the 60s.
There's how people have, you know, near-death experiences.
So he free fell for almost 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
This is, you know, wow. I wonder if he had a near-death experience free-falling.
So how'd that guy get
Seriously.
436.
I don't know, that was crazy.
Yeah, he's like, I don't even care if I have a shoot.
Had a wingsuit.
And that was the fourth. That wasn't even the first.
No, that was third. No, that was first. This is not the sound barrier. That's not it.
Well, we've seen that. That was
Well,
pretty
fuck it.
amazing footage.
Either way, I just wanted to
Shout
say
out.
that guy's a like crazy bastard.
He is an Australian daredevil, and that guy's got big balls. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, check on YouTube real quick and go to the weekly bust and see where our current number is at. Cause we just hit a natural we hit an unnatural boom in the show.
And it wouldn't hurt to you know, pull up Larissa Cosmos. I only have 2 videos, but you know, that's the start of this. I want to get on my YouTube also and start reaching out and talking about what I've shared here on, you know.
We've had a subscriber a day.
We are at 3,400 views on the last episode. That's fucking insane.
With Ghost J. Shout out.
That is fucking unreal, dude.
200 views in 20 minutes. Shout out to the Weekly Bust and everybody involved.
We're climbing as fast as that guy was falling.
Exactly, right? All right, boom, bong.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
I said we're climbing as fast as that guy was falling, man.
So Levi is pulling up my YouTube face, and you'll see me sideways. Like, I'm not Christian busting sideways, but I'm cosmic sideways.
Hey, look, she got 2 of them.
Yeah, I have 2 videos out right now. My first video was about love, coming together as love, and bringing awareness to what separates us, which is easy to see. The media brings a lot of what's out there to separate us, and then I was bringing out the Israeli ex-military who spoke out about the Galactic Federation and the aliens are real, and that the United States and Trump and everybody knows about it. So I had posted that, but I want to tell you, a year ago, I was a host on the Healing Oracle 1111 on YouTube, and also on the Healing Oracle on Facebook, and I'm also partners of the Divine Sisterhood, Sistars United, and I run a page called the Goddess of Good Vibes, and the Howling Community, because back in the day we were howling for our essential workers. I actually go on there, and I think we should howl at certain times just for a lot of things. Go out at 7 o'clock at night, we all howl for a little love, I mean, I think howling could be made for many things. I mean, we were howling for, even our dogs were howling for our essential workers during the vid lockdown. But I brought up my howling.
Next slide.
My howling community, just to howl for a lot of reasons, because, we're being separated, and I'm glad that we're in this room together, because...
Are you telling them about your global meditation?
I could get into that. I mean,
I think it'd be good.
I've never run a global meditation, so I'm not going to say that I ever will, but it may be something I do in the future.
Why wouldn't you?
I may.
That's what you were.
I think it's a fantastic idea.
Well,
that's what your Larissa Cosmos is about.
I am,
right?
and I would love to do it. I just haven't, but I do know that if any of you are,
you have like beautiful views you could drive to and do it though.
Yeah, events, dude. I could see it being a huge, global fucking event, dude. I really could. If you had the right amount of people.
Well, I'm looking
pushing for a global meditation day.
I'll tell you what I need.
It'd be fucking cool.
I have a few things that I need to require
if you
myself.
Get Area 51 storm hype.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. If you started a movement similar to Area 51 shit, the storm Area 51. Look how many people that brought together just on a simple idea of a joke. Well, I mean, some people took it serious, some people took it as a joke, and but if you brought it into the right hands, people, and it starts with just Facebook or just social media in general. If you could get a movement like that and you had the chance to do something like that, why wouldn't you?
Well, I'd really like some click, like, and subscribes to my YouTube channel, because I am moving there from Facebook. I have spread the word on Facebook. I think I started my Facebook in 2009. And that was like before my real great awakening, but all this time I have always spread the word about love. And my family has fallen apart in front of Facebook. We've gone through some turbulent times.
Yeah, but why don't you start a separate group? Like the Weekly Bust has a Facebook. Why don't you do a separate business Facebook?
I don't know. I don't know. But, I just feel like love has gotten us through everything.
Or you can do Instagram.
No matter what, our
that.
situation.
Instagram's sick, too.
Yeah.
Or you can even go live on TikTok.
And, my niece, Justine, shout out to my niece. Like, God bless her, She believes that I could be famous on TikTok because I am just outrageous. I'm telling you, I'm outrageous. I love to sing.
Oh my God, I'm so outrageous.
Like, oh my God, like I'm totally Valley girl. Like I'm just outrageous. But anyways, I did want to touch on global meditation, and the reason is I'm not doing it because first of all.
But you might.
I would love to. I need to get some.
And if not, you'll join.
Yes, I do join. I do join global.
So if you guys join one, send it to her. She'll join you.
Fucking A.
How about that?
Yeah, because I want to get some crystal singing bowls. And I would like to get some tuning forks, because I know you don't, honey.
I don't know what that means either.
But if I was to get into the global meditation,
do you know what that means?
It sets the tone. There is
come give us a description, Christian.
Or you could look it up too. It's tones, and the tones will clear the energy, and then it'll bring in the energy that's meant to come.
You can also do that with those fucking medicine scraper bowls.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a crystal one. I want crystal. Right. I'm all about the crystal. I want crystal healing bowls. I mean,
okay.
I'd like to get like 5 of them, from large to small, or at least 7 maybe for each chakra, and some tuning forks. And then I would probably do it because I think my voice could be soothing, and people would.
What do you mean a voice? I thought you were doing a meditation.
When you do a meditation, son, it's a lot of it is getting you guided down into the meditation you're heading into. Like when you sleep at night and you have a guided meditation, it's like, good evening. Hi, I'm Larissa Cosmos. As you're laying in bed tonight, just take a minute to get your body relaxed.
Got you.
Listen
That
to
makes
my
sense.
voice.
I was just wondering.
We're gonna go deeper. We're gonna, that, and it gets your body into a
Those
good place.
Yoga meditation does that shit.
That's hard
So-
for me, dude. Those are like weird.
So I've been talking
like they're
about the
watching
Great
me.
They're
Awakening.
legit, dude.
And I'm hand
the
on
ascension.
nuts. You know?
Like
that.
I think it's a great idea. Why don't you pursue it?
So,
See another
but,
one-liner, got Christian
but in
again.
the meantime, I would like to encourage the people out there, everybody, even if you're going across YouTube or just something comes across you and you see a global meditation on peace,
Okay.
take that 5 minutes. Just sit down and get
I
it-
probably won't do it unless you do it, to be fair, but
well, even driving in your car, turn it on.
I don't think I
while
want to meditate while driving.
Well, it's okay. I'm gonna stop. I'm saying don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, because they're like, close your eyes and listen to me.
yeah.
You'll be all right. You're like, yeah, sure.
You better have a Tesla if you're gonna
I was gonna
meditate
say,
in your
me
car.
and my fucking narcolepsy, I'm wrecking.
Shout out to Musk
Hey
again.
Elon, we need a car so we can meditate going down the road. But don't do it otherwise.
It's gonna be ran off Starlink. Are you sure you want to
No,
involve
hell
yourself?
no. So, anyways,
But
no,
that
I'd
could
like
also
to.
mean
I
you
like
could make a
to.
fucking,
Actually,
like,
I
a
like to
ranger
drive. I like to drive, and when the flying car comes my way, bitches, I'm piloting that.
It'll be
too.
ran off Elon Musk Starlink.
I need a flying car.
that'd
Look
be
it, I'll
nice.
advertise it. I'll already drive it. I'm here, Larissa Cosmos, flying around into a city. near
There's
you.
already fly cars.
Yeah, I know. I think Chevy or Cadillac just
GM,
revealed. Yeah,
yeah.
GM just revealed, and I put it out. I'm like, oh yeah, there's my future car.
GM redesigned their logo, by the way, and it looks fucking generic as fuck. And it reminds me of General Mills.
Yeah, right, GM.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways,
But what General Mills also reminds me of GE.
Oh yeah, it does.
I mean, I don't like any of those big corps. I don't like Monsanto.
Who's John Moyer?
John Moyer. So, talking about meditation. So,
Oh.
if you could take the 5 minutes for the global meditation on peace, do it. If you can't
that's
do
what she
that,
told you to listen to.
I'm going to have you. I'm going to tell you another way that you can help not only yourself, but our collective conscious and our universe. John Moyer on YouTube. Look him up. Fantastic. This guy has 8-hour sleeping meditations. Whether you get 8 hours or not, you get in bed and you lay down at night. And I don't care if you do nothing else.
Are
in
they
your-
robot voices?
No, turn him on. He's beautiful. Give him
No,
5
we're not
seconds.
gonna do that. We're not gonna
No,
do that.
he was definitely
No, it's
just like I
subjecting him
just
to
said.
that.
Hi there, I'm John Moyer. Thank you for coming here, my high vibers. Thank you for being here
He's
today.
the voice
sound like
meditation.
And as you lay here,
Guided
you get
meditations?
comfortable. Yes, and he's
Does he
guided.
sound like Russell Brand?
I don't.
So I'm not interested.
Russell Brown, would you please put out a guided meditation for sleep
He
hypnosis
probably-
for Levi
he
DeSells?
probably
Thank
has
you.
one.
Shout out.
He
to
is
Russell
the type
Brown.
of person that
he's
would.
He's a yogi.
Well, maybe he has. Maybe you should look it up. I don't know that he does.
don't
Maybe
know,
he
dude.
does.
Russell Brand
I'm just saying.
kisses Christian on his lips.
Okay, cute. I'm
and
just.
Kirsten Wiig.
I'm just saying.
Eddie's
that
seen it twice.
I'm shouting out to John Moyer because I know that his meditations have seriously changed my life and Royden's life.
Is-
Because I'm going to tell you, the first time I ever put it on, the first time I was like, oh, this bitch says hypnosis. Oh, fuck no, I ain't going to bed and let no one hypnotize me.
Does
You
John
know?
Moyer?
So-
Does he have the voice of John Mayer?
No, he doesn't,
Oh.
but it's very soothing.
What about
And it's
voice
M-O.
of Johnny Knoxville?
And I should say that. It's John,
Not interested.
John on YouTube. Anyways, so the first night, Royden was sleeping already. I'm a night owl, just like my kids, up till 2, 3 in the morning. I'm sitting there by myself, and I'm like, I really need to go to bed. So I said, okay. I believe in being hypnotized is a good thing. I did quit smoking cigarettes because of it at once. I'm smoking cigarettes now, but it did help when I needed it.
Fuck that. Get off of him.
Anyways, we're not talking about that. So that is the only
I've heard it
unpure,
work
only
twice, and
unpure
then
thing
they
I do in
always
my
slept
body
about a
right
year
now,
later,
up to
so.
this day, is smoke cigarettes, and it will be I'm still ascending myself. I'm still working on me, and that cigarettes will go one day when I'm ready.
You promised
But in
him
the
a long time ago.
meantime-
You promised me too.
In the meantime,
Yeah, you promised me too
Okay,
on
I
my
did
wedding
quit chewing
day.
my fingernails on my son's wedding. I chewed my fingernails gross for 48 years. And I told Levi I was going to quit smoking cigarettes and quit chewing my fingernails. And guess what? I put fingernails on. I wore nails for 4 months. I have never chewed my fingernails since. So I didn't do the cigarettes, but the
Should I
nails
put
are
a
gone.
nicotine patch on you?
Yeah, I don't chew them anymore. Look at these beautiful little. They might be short, but they're beautiful. I don't chew them.
You want me to put a nicotine patch on your lips so you can not smoke a ciggy?
Anyways, so I'm just saying, if you do nothing else in your life, at night, lay down, listen to John Moyer. And I'm going to tell you, Royden was sleeping. He did not know I put this on. In the last video I've watched, he talks about, okay, the first one I did was connecting yourself to your higher self.
Okay, let's not go into a great detail.
I'm not going to go into great detail. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I was going to say, tell us the nighttime story.
Yeah, generalize it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just saying, the first one I did was higher self, but the last one I did was connecting to the universe. I just love them. I wake up energized, but Royden, I told you, he was unsuspecting. He was already asleep. He was totally unsuspecting.
She's like,
of what
yeah,
I'd
we're
done.
going to hypnotize him.
No,
You raped his mind.
I kind of did, but he was happy. He was proud that I did, because the next morning we woke up and he's like, we love our coffee. We're drinking our coffee, and he goes, babe, what did you put on last night? Because I'll tell you what, I feel fucking amazing this morning. I'm like, really? I'm like, oh, I just put on some John Moyer sleep-guided meditation to meet our higher selves. He's like, do it again tonight. I loved it. I've never felt this good before. So we've been doing that, and I'm going to tell you, like, my life changed. Like, I'm not taking daily naps. I don't have that slump between 3 and 5. Like, and he tells you, I don't care if you wake up by your alarm or if you wake up on your natural cycle. You're going to wake up with natural energy. You're going to
we've
be
shined
positive.
enough shine on this guy.
Okay, so we'll check him out.
Exactly.
He's been recommended from
the
Larissa
last thing on our
Cosmos.
list. Levi, go ahead and take us third one from the bottom.
This is something me and Levi used to do in high school. When he should have been sleeping.
Do you know?
Okay, me and my mom used to listen to Coast to Coast AM.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
I got freaked out once when the story come about the black-eyed children knocking on doors asking, "Do you know my mommy?" Just kidding. That's not what
No,
they
they
were saying.
said
They weren't saying
they
that.
wanted to be let in. Let me in.
Oh,
So,
like,
I mean, shout out to George Norrie. We love him. And yes, me and Levi used to watch. We used to listen to the show up in Kalispell, and he come on between like 11 and 3 in the morning.
right. It was always like from 12 to 6.
Oh, whatever.
I'm gonna let Christian jump in this because I don't know shit about it. Okay.
Oh my
All
God,
right.
the black-eyed children.
Have a
Oofda.
good night,
You
sir.
don't want to know. Do not let them in. Come on in, Christian, but do not let them in. If they knock on your door, do not let them in.
Yeah, because I've heard about that.
This is
shit.
very scary, and it's a real phenomena. And you
Yeah.
can look this up and research it.
Where people were like being interviewed talking about it, and they were fucking like, "This is not cool."
Yeah.
Can I use your
Like,
phone?
they were
Can I
so
use your phone?
freaked out about
Will you
being
let me
like
in? Can we come
that.
in?
And like people were saying they had like the worst feelings.
And if
about
they
it.
let
They
them
were
in,
like,
people got
"Nope."
sick and died of cancer or bad things.
No.
Do never let them in. Never let them in. They want
Oh, yeah,
invited
that's
in.
right. That's what I was worried
Yeah.
about. I was like, what if they come to my fucking house, man?
Yeah, it was scary.
Yeah, yeah. It's creepy. It's super creepy.
It was super creepy.
So what do you know about it, Christian? What have you heard about it? It is creepy.
It's
I guess that is creepy. Me too.
no,
bro.
yeah, no, like that they would. It's usually in more rural areas where there's not a lot of people around.
Yeah, mind you, we lived out in Dunmovin
12 miles
Lane,
out of
dude.
town
Yeah,
on
fucking-
Dunmovin Lane.
We lived in a cow pasture, bro. There's one around.
There's a few.
You think I'm joking? We literally,
No,
our
seriously.
backyard was shit.
We was literally a cow pasture.
ain't
We
even fibbing,
we
bro.
transformed it into a beautiful green
But once you
park-like
raked up
structure,
that
but it
shit
was a cow pasture.
And watered that grass. That shit grew fast as hell.
Hella
bro.
beautiful.
It was good. It was fucking sick. But
And those big rocks behind us, I'm beginning to think they were part of the giants, the Montana megaliths.
Jingauser.
But yeah, the black-eyed children is a phenomena. In fact, there was a guy down in Texas who told his story about going grocery shopping, and when he came back to bring his groceries in, his dog, like, went hella crazy, like, was lunging at this. And the sad thing is they come in as kids between the ages of like 8
Yeah,
and like
they're-
14.
They're
Yeah.
always
So,
children.
and they usually have sweatshirts on, pulled up over their heads. They're always wearing dark clothes, and they're omnibus. And usually they don't look up, and when they do, they have no whites in their eyes. They are
Yeah,
completely
it's just
blacked
black.
out eyes. There is no white of the eyes. And they're like almost robotic, and they're like, my mom, I need to call my mom. Can I use your cell phone? Can you let us in?
Seeing me being
Let us
I
in.
am, I probably
And
would
they'll
do
come
it.
back.
Chills, dog. Like,
Yeah, it's
'cause
just crazy,
Let it-
right?
can you let us in?
It's fucking weird.
Can you let
Yeah.
us in? Yeah, never let them in.
And then yeah.
Do you
and
think it's
then
okay to
they'll-
shoot them?
I don't know, because they do disappear. Because that's the thing. That's
But
what
if you
I'm,
light that fucker up, like, what happens? Is it an actual kid and now you're fucked?
I don't know, but like I'm saying, I don't know.
Like, it has the ability to disappear if it's still alive, but you kill it, it's a registered
And that's
child.
right, and that's
And now
what-
you're fucked.
Now you're
Right.
burying it in the backyard.
Yeah.
It's gonna disappear.
And then its mom's
We're
like,
making this
its mom
disappear.
goes looking like, have you seen my kid?
fuck, he really did need to call his phone.
like, oh shit!
But
It really was raining outside. My bad, dude.
and that's the thing because they want permission
What drugs
in.
did you have your child on, ma'am?
And as people, we have free will. So we can't give up our free will to these things.
Yeah.
We have to protect our free will. And if we let them in our even in our surrounding, we have let go of our free will. And that whatever these things are, because I don't know what they are. Christian, do you know what they are? We don't know. But they're a real true phenomena. It happens. You can look this up. Never let them in. Do not never break your free will. Do not.
Right.
Because bad things come. And that's on a range of cancer to death to, I mean, somehow, some way, they are known to bring evil or badness, sadness, sickness. Very scary phenomena.
Yeah.
So-
Super.
So, yeah.
So just before Trump got out of office, he was giving out pardons, presidential pardons. Kodak Black, Lil Wayne included, but one person we thought was going to get one that did not.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah.
Mr.
Edward Snowden.
Yeah, and do you know what the reason I think that he didn't?
Because he didn't pay the $2 million.
Well,
That's
and
one.
There is speculation behind the $2 million.
I believe
Talks,
it's a real
bullshit
thing.
walks.
I think he could have had the $2 million easily. I think
Of course,
that
take it from someone else's bank account. Is what's Dude, like, when you can hack anything you want,
We
you're
could all
fine.
have $2 million.
I think that he wasn't pardoned because he's a weapon of Russia now. He's been over there for how long? We have no idea what he's given them.
Gave in permission to live there as well.
Yeah, and he lives a good life. He really does. So if you think about it, he's not a prisoner of Russia. He's a welcome guest to Russia. And why is that?
A protected welcome.
because his own country
No,
can't realize that he's a hero.
sure. No, we consider him a hero. But listen, the United States government would not offer him a pardon due to the fact that he might be a true threat to our fucking democracy.
The only thing he's a threat to are the people that are holding us down and enslaving us.
I
That's
agree.
the problem.
No, I agree. But that would be the reason the government would not pardon him. And I think it's not shocking that he didn't. You know what I mean?
Well, I get where you're coming from, but from us citizens going, where's our pardon for Edward, the man who is our hero? He has released us from the
Hey,
truth.
what's going on here?
He is.
I didn't touch anything. I just went back to here.
He has literally, provided us with the
Stop,
information
stop.
for our freedom. Let them in our surrounding. We have let go of our free will. Let them in our surrounding. We have let go of our free will, and that whatever these things
Hold on,
are,
Christian
'cause
has it on his
I don't
headset.
know what they are. Christian, do you know what they are? We don't know, but they're a real true phenomena. It happens. You can look this up. Never let them in. So do not never break your free will.
Of course it wouldn't be.
Do not. Some way they are known to bring evil.
It would glitch.
It always does. Okay, Christian. Hey, Christian. Can I just say, every time I've gone live with my friend Trish from the Healing Oracle, or the Healing Oracle, we've had they are known to bring 5,000, 15,000 people who are watching us. Every time they come in and they cut our audio, we have such problems with our truth getting out there. And I mean, so I'm not really surprised. I mean, it bothers me, but me and Trish have always had the problem trying to get our message through without the interruptions. So
nothing of Edward Snowden was on there?
He needs to know.
I have it.
You got it?
If anything.
real true phenomena. It happens. You can look this up. Never let.
Oh, yeah. He has it on camera.
And then it'll be fine. So.
Well, what a bummer. But that always happens. Oh my gosh.
Did you hit
know
it with
what?
the space bar with anything?
No. All right, we're back.
We never got it.
Okay. Donald Trump was giving out presidential pardons before he was out of office. Who we thought was going to get one that did not get one was Mr. Edward
Snowden.
And the reason why I think he didn't is I think that the United States government has marked him as an extreme threat. He's been in Russia for so long and as a welcomed guest and not a prisoner of Russia, but as an asset to Russia. We don't know, or the U.S. government doesn't know, the kind of information that he might have been compromised to give to Russia. You know what I mean? We don't know if he's an agent of the KGB anymore.
Well, I know that he's an instrument for the humans. And Edward Snowden, you're our hero. Thank you for, telling us people the truth. I don't understand the pardon because I'm not looking at it from the people who's trying to enslave us.
Well,
Here was Edward Snowden trying to release us from the shackles, give us some information,
Agreed.
real truth. I mean, that's why I think the pardon never happened. That's my personal philosophy.
Right.
Is the people that are trying to enslave us doesn't want to
release
the man who released us in a way.
What in exchange did Russia give to Snowden to
let him live there?
Yeah, what exchange?
Well, that we'll never know.
If he lives there, we don't even know. But
I feel like
sure
the man who is a U.S. citizen should have had his pardon given to him, regardless if he ever came home.
He's considered a threat now.
But he's our hero. He's the people's hero.
Yeah, but Donald Trump wasn't for the people.
Well, he's only the threat to the people hold us down.
He's not The Rock. He ain't the people's champ. Not interested.
Okay, so the show is getting a little long, so let's end this. Let's do our shout-outs.
Okay, wait a minute.
Our sponsor.
Okay, so before we get off here, I wanted to round up because you guys wanted the proof on the sun ray energy and what it did today, and that Austin was proof. Well, so today we witnessed the sun ray energy coming in photographs, and as that it had brought in higher beings. I did see a Syrian alien being who is my star family come in through the photographs because we had raised the vibrations so high that it was able to come down. Well, it's so funny because as soon as we were done with that, bringing in the energy of the alien being, the Syrian being, the star family, my star family, and I was showing Nina, well, Tylen had showed up to pick up his dad, Royden. And at that time, okay, Tylen, take it away. What did you see on your way?
Well, I pulled into my cousin Roger's driveway, and I always watch the sky. I'm a sky watcher. I'm obsessed with aliens.
We're believers.
I'm obsessed. And so I look for shit that's out of fucking place.
And don't forget that clouds cloak their ships. Cloaking all the time.
I am obsessed. I'm obsessed with looking for out of place things. So I pulled up and I look over to my left in the sky, and I'm used to seeing shit in the sky. We live in a military Air Force base city.
Right. We know what flies over us.
I know what every plane looks like comes in here. I know what a helicopter looks like. I just know what the difference is. You can take my word or you can fucking not. It doesn't matter to me. But I look over there in the sky. There's this fucking silver fucking ship, and I started honking my horn. Mom, 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 mom. I said, come out here, you know what I mean? And they're getting mad. I'm getting frustrated because nobody's coming out in time, and they're going to miss it.
But I did see it. I did witness it before it decided to go invisible. But I see them all the time, too. But
it was as bright.
I did witness it, too.
It was bright, and it was heading towards...
right where we were, doing the sun.
It was heading, like, northwest, my bad. And, it was turning, and it turned, and it just took off. And it was gone. It was in the middle of the day.
Yes, and mind you, we called in the higher beings, and we got it in photographs. And as soon as we were done taking the pictures,
whether that's a correlation or not, that is true. She was doing that shit. I didn't even know it prior to this, and I was just there to pick up.
Seen the ship.
Right in, and the ship. That's a fact.
Yes, we reeled it in. He seen the ship. So it was like he backed up the energy that we were putting out there, that this is real. You can raise the vibration and bring in the higher realms. I mean, if you're open to it and you see it, you're going to believe,
I think if you look for it, you subject yourself to seeing shit. And
I mean, if you open up your mind.
You just have to believe like in Santa Claus.
Okay, if you come in peace, you radiate peace, and your mind is open, they're going to come around.
I agree.
You have to believe. And, if you're a peaceful being, they know that you're peaceful.
Levi, lead us out. Shout out to our sponsors.
All right. As we go again, shout out to 20 past 4.
Boom.
Mike and Jeremy. We have now secured our Billings location as of this morning.
Not Lewiston.
That was Lewistown.
Lewistown is
a no-go.
It's a ish.
It's in the works.
Exactly. Billings is more properly secure than that. Anyways, 6 7th Street South, Great Falls, Montana. Come down and see me. I work there. And then 25 Neal Avenue, Helena, Montana. Go in and see the crew there.
At 20 past 4, your one-stop vape and head shop.
Mid-Billings, we will see you there as well.
This is.
And you can see me on YouTube, Larissa Cosmos.
Thanks for
Meet me
coming on
there.
the show, Mom.
Yeah,
Hell
you're
yeah.
welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thanks to all the working wheels in the background of the Weekly Bus as well.
Yeah, we threw the second part together
Shay,
this morning.
Welcome to the cast.
Everybody.
We're
Hi.
happy to have you on. Eddie, always coming through, clutch every time, no matter what the weather is. Rain, snow, drunk, sober, doesn't matter. Fucking, you come through. Christian, you're a miracle in the making. And Evan, pizza guy, I know you're here in spirit. I love you. Thanks. And thanks to Cassie for tolerating our shit all the time.
Yes, thank you, Cassie, for being a wonderful daughter. And I'd like to do a few of my own thank yous, if that's okay.
Hold on, you're running out of shout-outs, but one more time. Tonight was the night that, today was the day that Kobe died. Rest in peace to Gigi and Kobe.
We did, a year ago, we were sitting in these chairs at about this same exact time.
And I made my children pendants in remembrance of Kobe.
Rest in peace, Cobes.
So,
Rest in peace, Kobe.
I just want to, first of all, I just want to shout out to Royden, the man who is always supporting me and loving me. And, no, well, it's my thank you and gratitude.
No, you do your thing.
You know, I want to thank him for standing behind me. And even when, you know, the people, you know, I hate to, let me admit it, I've been called crazy, I've been called a kook, and that's okay. Ageless wisdom, timeless wisdom, it's hard to prove. I can't find a book. But I want to thank him for always backing me up and knowing that I'm speaking my truth. I want to thank my sons for bringing me on the show, because they don't always believe or understand everything I'm talking, but they
I got something.
No,
And
I
they-
got something. We'll let her close out with something.
okay, and they're the ones who encouraged me to start talking about my beliefs and my truth. My children pushed me to do this. I said I didn't want to do this. They said, "But Mom, you need to do this because the world needs to hear what you got to say." So I thank you for that.
So, get your shout outs in. After that, I got one thing for you. As we get ready to close out, Mom's going to sing you her special song.
Cool. Don't do that yet.
Oh, I don't know what Kyle's got.
Okay.
MT Souls has a new album coming out. Chatch, Derek Church, Tanner Tardier, our brother Kerry Welch, Hectic, have all been in the studio recently. They just got their new album cover, and shit's gonna hit the fucking fan.
Still waiting for a release date.
Hit it up, MT Souls for Life.
I'm gonna
86.
push as far as I can.
I'm
Hopefully you watch
pushing for any musical artist. If you guys see Paul, try to get him in the studio.
Bee's Nest,
so.
we love you. This is Mama. Come on, we need you on here. Let's talk. Let's talk some deep shit, some stronghold. Let's do
And-
it.
The song that knocked Bee's Nest away goes as.
Okay, so I'll tell you the story.
What?
I was.
we know the story.
No, the world doesn't know the story, so I want to make them understand that this is not my song.
Okay.
I never made this song up. This is a song that had come through me, and it is not from me. I give this song the credit to the universe because it was giving from me to give to you and everybody. And I really hope I don't stumble over the words. But I was vacuuming, and I have a spirit guide, which is my grandpa Lars, and he makes his welcome very abruptly. My whole world turns off. And I was vacuuming, and I just put my granddaughter down to bed, and I hear, "Stop, sing this song." Of course, I look around, I'm like, I hear nothing. It's just all I hear is him. And I was like, where? He's like, phone. So I got my phone out. I have never recorded an audio ever to this day. My old phone. This is the only recording. I picked up that phone. I did what I was told. I simply opened up my mouth, and this song came out. And because I'm a little nervous, I hope that I don't stumble over the words, because this is, you know, from there through here. And here it comes. We've got people on the streets. I'm going to close my eyes while I do this because it helps me. It helps me remember. Okay. We've got people on the streets. We've got people on their knees. We've got people asking God why. Give us some peace, please. We've got babies going hungry. Sadness is everywhere. Sickness is taking over. There's no clean air anywhere. Wherever you look, there's misery. But there's an answer out there, and baby, I can see. And what I see is we need more love out there. We need to understand each other, not giving a care about what they've done wrong. 'Cause we've all got a song, we've all got a story, and maybe it's a little gory, but all we need is love, and lots of love. We can heal the earth, we can find some peace. No more down on our knees. Lord, raise us up, please. And as the world gets stronger, we all can live together. In unity, we could have a community. There's no trouble in love. There's no judgment in love. Love is forever. Love is with you and me. So let's get together and share some love for you and me.
All right.
Hell yeah.
Look, that was good.
Well, thank you. And it came through me the way it sang. Thank you. That's totally not from me. That's the way it was given. And thank you. Thank you.
And
Namaste.
this is
And this is
The Weekly
Weekly
Bust.
Bust.